get one thing straight. I'm not crying. I'm just sweating through my eyes.
Greetings, fellow mortals. Normally, I start this off with a joke, saying that it's just my opinion is for cowards, but that doesn't feel right in this case. I remember what was probably the first time I was enamored by storytelling. I don't even remember how young I was, watching Dragon Ball Z on Saturday mornings. I actually got up for that, to see Goku train for the upcoming invasion, watching as the heroes were mercilessly beaten by the Saiyans, cheering as Goku finally arrived to save the day, observing the fight with Vegeta in awe when it all ended with Goku sparing his enemy. I had to have been like 5 or 6, and my life revolved around that story. Every week I would look forward to the weekends to see Goku again. Now that is storytelling at its finest. I don't talk about Dragon Ball all that much because I don't have that much to say. It is the OG. It was my first anime, maybe even my first television show with an actual overarching plot. Then there was Pokemon and Digimon, but nothing compared to wanting to see what happened in Dragon Ball. In many ways, it was probably one of the catalysts that made me so excited about storytelling and writing. So it's especially sad that the creator Akira Toriyama passed away at the young age of 68. Oh, come on, life. I know that you're not fair, but you didn't even let the creator of Dragon Ball live past normal retirement age. That's just the worst.
I'll kill you!
Remember, kids, love only leads to pain.
I don't even know if I feel sad, more insulted than anything else. Like, how dare death? You know what I mean? I've seen people I love die. That was sad, dismal, despair. But this feels like the universe is just being an asshole, just spitting in our faces. The guy that made Dr. Slump, Dragon Ball, and was very influential in both Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest, just gone from this world at 68. The world deserves better. This guy should have lived on a floating mansion, getting everything he ever wanted for as long as he wanted to stick around. I mean, did he even know how much his art meant to the world? There wasn't a little boy alive that didn't try to do a Kamehameha wave or turn into a Super Saiyan. Dragon Ball was always the equalizing factor. If you couldn't agree with someone that Dragon Ball was the best, then you weren't ever going to get along with that person no matter what happened. Do you think that he understood how many lives that he changed, how many artists he inspired, how many lives he possibly saved? The entire country of China and the Mexican cartel officially mourned him. I mean, come on.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
Toriyama was the undisputed best in his industry and in general. There wasn't perhaps a single more influential person in shonen, in manga, in anime, and all of pop culture. The only person I could think of that might be able to rival him would be Stan Lee. But even then, Stan Lee had a lot of help, a lot more than most people even realize or want to think about. But Dragon Ball might be even more universal than even Marvel. It's weird to think, but I do believe it's true. Try to imagine a world without Akira Toriyama's work. It's difficult because he inspired countless people. His art literally changed the world. It's getting me emotional just thinking about. He was what everyone inspired to be. He created something that was so universally loved that it's insane. Just imagine if someone came up to you and said that Dragon Ball sucked. It might as well be like some guy slapping you and spitting in your face. One of the reasons I don't talk much about Dragon Ball is because it's close to impossible to criticize. At least without sounding like an outright troll. I mean, I guess you could complain about some of the female character designs, writing, and sexualization, and I have joked about Vegeta's redemption arc in the past, but even then, just let Dragon Ball be Dragon Ball. Don't touch it, don't change it, just leave it be. It's literally the one story that always gets a pass for bringing back dead characters. And that's my personal pet peeve with writing. If you bring back a dead character, I usually hate it, but not with Dragon Ball because it's the best.
That's right, keep moving!
You know what? Yeah.
Except you stay.
I can't say that I ever got into Super as much as the original Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, but I was glad that the series continued in some way, that Toriyama got to influence even more generations. It's weird to think that starting now, no child will ever be able to see any new work from him. But it is heartening to know that his legacy will live on forever. Dragon Ball will not go away. Every little boy is eventually going to watch Goku do a Kamehameha wave and transform into a Super Saiyan. They're going to see the horror that was Cell's evolution. They're going to love the idea of a fusion dance and debating what type of fighter two different characters would make. Toriyama is going to live on forever through his art. Countless other people will be inspired by him, or even inspired by those that he has already inspired. It just sucks that he won't get to see it all, that he won't even know how much he meant to everyone, that he was as close to Bill and Ted's future utopia as possible, where his art actually unified vast groups of people, where people from different cultures and value systems all lowered their head in respect to him. Honestly, Akira Toriyama is like a dream and a goal for me, to even be a fraction like him, to inspire so many, to bring such happiness to the world. He was on a list of people that I would have wanted to meet and thank for helping me on my own journey, but he'll never know me or the countless other people that would have wanted to thank him. In all, I just hope that he had some sort of idea of how respected and loved he was. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You won't be forgotten as long as humanity and art still exists. You are not welcome to disagree with all this. Toriyama is the best. That is the objectively right opinion.
Goodbye, my friend.
Hey, do you like stories about an interconnected world? Then consider giving my LPCO books a try. They are all connected in some way, but you can jump in at any point, unless it's a series. Then you have to start at the beginning. But I got 3 books out right now and 3 coming next year. You will not have to wait long for content. Either way, thank you. I appreciate you. Do not despair.